there is a question that includes my role model, but I don't have a role model. I once wrote that my role model is me from the future, but I assume that this doesn't count for this exercise.
Oh, and Built to Serve? All right. What do you got, Zane?
He took a page out of Matthew McConaughey's story.
I still, I think with a little bit more digging, you can find a role model. Look, being the 2025 version of yourself, I think it's wonderful. But the reason why I think it's so important to have a role model, because they've already been where you're trying to go. And like Tony always says, success leaves clues. So it just makes the journey a little bit more clear for you. So whatever it is you want to do, Morbius, whatever your dream might be, whatever your vision might be, I guarantee you somebody else has done it before, or some version of it. And if we can find, if we dig a little bit deeper, we find who that person or persons are, male or female, that just lightens the path for you. And because success leaves clues, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. And that's the whole point of having a role model. Forget about their personal shortcomings. We're looking at the principles of the thing. And we need to have that. It just makes things better for you. It don't have to be an exact way, but we can always improve on what, because it's a different time. You can have a role model from way back in the day, but because we got technology now, you can go about it in a different way. So I still think we can dig deeper and we can find a role model. Back over to you, Evan. Boom.
Let's let Dan. Dan. Wow, did I say Dan? That's amazing.
Wow.
Drew.
It happens.
Drew plus Zane equals Dan. That's great.
Huh.
We could that could be the new title of our stream. Evan and Dan going for gold. I don't think it needs to be either or. I like the idea of looking up to who you could be. I mean, that's really the entire point of the book, is helping you live up to who you could be. And I honestly like Zane's explanation. Official certified Built to Serve coach, worlds only. I think having somebody that you can look to just, I think, gives you more clarity. I think.
But can you say it again? It sounds so good. Can you say it one more time?
You watch the replay, Zane. It's there.
I know. It sounds so good.
Nailed it.
Awesome responsibility. Okay, continue.
Stop interrupting my answer for Morbius
know, like,
here.
I didn't
Unbelievable.
mean to interrupt. It just got me excited. Sorry about
this
that.
guy. How selfish are we here? Unbelievable.
It just sounds good coming from his voice. That's all.
I think when you can actually look to somebody, it makes it a little more clear. It makes it a little more clear. I think if you, the 2025 version of you is the ultimate goal. Is the aspiration, and then when you're 2025, it's a 2030 version of you, right? You keep pushing up 5 years. The downside of it is it's hard to make it feel real. It's like a dream, which is nice, but it's harder to see it, to taste it, to touch it, to feel it. There's moments, there's pieces of clarity that will be there for sure. But I think having somebody to actually look at will help you get a lot more clarity. So I like both. I don't think it has to be either or. But I'd be looking at, okay, who are some people that you want to model, that you want to look up to.
So yeah, we both concur on that, because Morbius, the way the mind works, just the way life works, we have they call mirror. I hope I'm not going on too much on this, but we have mirror neurons in our brains, in part of our minds. Back in the day, you say monkey see, monkey do. So as children, you mimic what's in your environment. You mimic your parents, walking, language, the whole 9 yards. You have a role model that gives you, it's like seeing is believing. And when you can see it, you can be it. And that's why it's so important to have, because there's going to be times your journey going to be up and down, up and down. But when you have a role model and you study bio, you're like, oh man, they wasn't always successful. They went through different ups and downs and peaks and valleys. then you're gonna feel like, hey, I'm normal too, because my role model made it up here, but they went through challenges. When you have your challenges, it's not gonna be a big deal because you realize it's part of the journey. Basically, so I can give so many different examples, but I'm just saying, it's important to have a role model, and they're out there. Well, Morbius says, while listening, it got me thinking. I asked myself if Hitler would listen to
Hitler? Wow,
Okay,
that's a big
okay.
leap from my book to Hitler. Okay.
If Hitler would listen to this book, his role model would be probably Napoleon Bonaparte.